Let's make lunch for my kids who don't eat meat. My daughter's favorite is peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, so I'm going to start off the week strong with her favorite. To make it extra delicious, I'm using a little bit of plant butter and then the jam, and I'm sprinkling grounded flaxseed for the extra nutrition, omega-3s, fiber, and protein. Of course, peanut butter on the other side and on a seeded bread. My son only needs half a sandwich, so I'm going to save this for Monday and Tuesday. And then for the fruit and veggie side, I'm using strawberries, grapes, and tomatoes. Harvest peas for a snack for my son, and that's his lunchbox along with a sweet treat. For my daughter, she's going to eat a full sandwich, and so I'm going to pair that up with, again, strawberries, grapes, and tomatoes. And then I always try to add an extra protein boost by using some peanuts. So today I'm using coated Japanese peanuts along with their vitamins and a little bit of a sweet treat because it is the first day of school. And there's my daughter's lunch. She also gets a snack bar just in case she's still hungry. Let's pack lunch for my kids who don't eat meat. My son's lunchbox is already packed from yesterday, so I'm just going to work on my daughter's. She's getting peanut butter on one side and sun butter. This is sunflower butter, which is much healthier than Nutella. The first ingredient is sunflowers. And then, again, the grounded flaxseed, just for extra boost in nutrition and fiber, and cutting the corners so it fits in the container. Strawberries, grapes, and carrots is going to go into the lunchbox this time. And now these are homegrown carrots, so yes, they look a little bit funny, and that's kind of how they're growing. And I also gave her a few tomatoes. Harvest snap peas again, and edamame for extra boost of nutrition, protein, and some pumpkin seeds. I'm also giving her a Larabar and setting her off with a little note so she can practice her reading in her lunchbox. And that's lunch for my kids. Have a good day. Let's pack lunch for my kids who don't eat meat. Today we're changing things up first with a bit of meal prep, cutting up a whole cucumber and tomato just to have it set aside for my husband and I. Then for their sandwiches, I'm spreading some hummus before spreading the mayo and ketchup. My daughter likes a little extra pepper on her sandwiches, so that's what I'm doing before adding the vegan turkey that I made earlier this week. A single slice of cheese for my son while my daughter likes a lot more. And then I'm cutting the sandwich in half. My son gets half a sandwich and he does receive 2 other snacks provided by his school, whereas my daughter's going to get a full sandwich. The tomatoes and cucumbers are going to be set aside so they can assemble it and it can stay crisp and fresh. For the veggie fruit snack, I'm giving them watermelon and strawberries. And then for their protein snack, I'm giving them cashews, plantain chips, and their vitamins. My daughter said she needed her snack in a Ziploc bag separate from her lunch bag. Let me know in the comments, would you try vegan turkey deli meat? These mini waffles were destroyed, so I had to cook the pancakes on the stovetop while I packed my kids' lunch who don't eat meat. So today I took some plain cream cheese and mixed in some beetroot powder along with this freeze-dried strawberry, crushed it up and made a strawberry cream cheese. I spreaded that on to some seeded bread along with some peanut butter. Can you tell my kids really like peanut butter? Then I went ahead and cut up some fresh strawberries and put that on there to give that a little more pizzazz to it. I had a few more carrots from the garden that I harvested earlier, so I went ahead and cut those up, and then I put some hummus for them to dip it in. I don't want the internet to think that I only feed my kids healthy foods, so I made sure they had some barbecue chips to dip their hummus with. My son's lunchbox is about the same. I just moved things around. The little hummus is in the little white container there, and then the carrots are there, and then I had another empty spot, so I added some kiwis. These will be in the oven while we make lunch for my kids who don't eat meat. Today I'm cutting up a bunch of kiwis because I have a bunch of them and they're looking pretty ripe. I also threw in some garden tomatoes in hopes that they would actually eat them, but unfortunately they did not. Now into our dipping sauce. It's hummus with ketchup and a little bit of black pepper. So it just gives a little bit more nutrition when they want to dip their nuggets into this ketchup hummus container. Today is Friday, so it's going to be Pizza Friday Nugget Fun Day, and so that's what I'm giving here. And then my kids are also getting a little sweet treat along with some pumpkin seeds for extra boost of nutrition. Now, of course, my kids are vegetarian. They don't eat meat, and so we call these special nuggets. They're not chicken nuggets. They're the impossible ones. I myself am plant-based. However, our children have had real chicken and real chicken nuggets. They just prefer their chickens alive.